Yu Sung never thought buying a home would ruin his life. The man instinctively caught the weapon thrown toward him, his heart pounding with nervous energy. He never imagined his life would become so full of hardship, as if his entire fate was manipulated by capital. The story traces back to 2021, when Seoul's housing prices had been breaking records for 40 consecutive weeks. To cool the market, the government announced stricter mortgage policies. This was the last chance for ordinary people to buy a home before being priced out forever. Yu Sung, an ordinary office worker with no background or connections, decided to take the plunge. To barely afford an 84 apartment, he scrimped, saved, withdrew his retirement fund, sold his family farmland, and took high-interest loans. Just before signing, the price rose another 10 million won in an hour. Under pressure from the agent and fearing he'd lose his chance, Yu Sung signed the contract. He imagined a bright future, but by 2024, the apartment he bought for 1.1 billion had dropped to 800 million. Monthly mortgage payments suffocated him. His boss mocked him for buying beyond his means. Colleagues told him to sell, but he feared prices might rebound. Seeing his misery, one coworker even gave him money just to buy an extra chicken drumstick for dinner. Since buying the house, Yu Sung had grown thin and haggard. After work, he stayed late, not for overtime, but to secretly charge his home appliances and take free snacks from the office pantry. Back home, he lived frugally, washing clothes with leftover bathwater, avoiding lights and air conditioning, and sleeping without a proper bed. Worse, he constantly found angry notes on his door from the downstairs neighbor, claiming noise disturbed their daughter's exam prep. But Yu Sung never made noise. He didn't even own a TV. Through his security camera, he saw the woman posting notes repeatedly. She even threatened that her husband would deal with him if the noise continued. Frustrated, Yu Sung explained that the noise came from upstairs, but she refused to believe him. Right after she left, the mysterious noise upstairs started again, as it always did. Fed up, Yu Sung went upstairs to confront the noisy neighbor. A burly man, Da Zhuang, opened the door. Yu Sung's anger faded in front of his intimidating presence. Da Zhuang denied making any noise and pointed him to the 16th floor, but that unit was soundproof. Frustrated, Yu Sung climbed to the 17th floor, only to find an elderly man who could barely walk. The old man scolded him and told him to speak to Mei Yi, the building's representative. On the rooftop, Mei Yi explained that the walls were connected, so the noise might even come from below. When Yu Sung mentioned his downstairs neighbor in 1301, she revealed they were just tenants whose lease would soon expire. She promised she wouldn't rent it again. She also gave Yu Sung an envelope of money and shared a secret. A new subway station would be built nearby, sending property prices soaring. But until then, no rumors could spread. Relieved, Yu Sung kept quiet. The next day, a colleague tipped him about a cryptocurrency that would dip at midnight, then skyrocket by August 15th, promising ninfold profits. Yu Sung was tempted but had no cash. While delivering food, he got an idea: temporarily sell his apartment, take the buyer's deposit, invest in crypto, and cancel the sale after making a profit. He quickly found a buyer, received 85 million won, and invested everything before midnight. Suddenly, life felt hopeful. He cleaned his apartment, smiled at the rising investment, and even the noise no longer bothered him. But that night, the banging returned, this time from downstairs. Then Da Zhuang came accusing him of causing it. To prove his innocence, Yu Sung let him in, but as always, the noise stopped whenever someone checked. As soon as Da Zhuang left, it started again. Yu Sung saw someone filming him downstairs, but when he confronted her, she wouldn't open the door. Meanwhile, the crypto kept climbing, making Yu Sung ecstatic. But the noise worsened, driving him mad. He snapped, banging on the floor with a hammer. Moments later, the neighbors gathered, accusing him of disturbing everyone. When management and Da Zhuang inspected his place, they shockingly found a vibration device and a phone controlling it planted in his home. Yu Sung was stunned. He suspected the downstairs couple and argued with the husband, who kicked him to the floor. Police were called and Yu Sung was taken away. At the station, he realized it was almost time to sell his crypto. Desperate, he faked illness, tried to log into a computer, but was knocked out before he could finish. When he woke, Mei Yi had smoothed things over, proving he hadn't hurt anyone. He was released. Back home, residents celebrated the new subway approval, but Yu Sung couldn't join. His crypto crashed. He lost everything, including the deposit. Devastated, he wrote a suicide note and prepared to jump from the rooftop. Then he saw the downstairs neighbor's lights off. Rage replaced despair. He grabbed a hammer to confront them. On the way, Da Zhuang appeared. Unable to hold back his anger, Yu Sheng attacked him, but Da Zhuang overpowered him. Seeing the suicide note, Da Zhuang realized Yu Sheng was innocent and apologized. They teamed up to uncover the truth, but when they searched the downstairs unit, it was empty. Yu Sheng instead found a property contract. The buyer was Mei Yi. Da Zhuang revealed she was also his landlord and owned multiple floors. She was clearly buying up units before the price surge. They went to Mei Yi's home for answers. While Da Zhuang distracted her, Yu Sheng snooped, but her husband returned, catching him. When confronted, Mei Yi admitted it was just business. "No one will believe you," she smirked. Suddenly, Da Zhuang appeared with a stun gun, proving he was also part of the scheme. They stunned Yu Sheng. He woke in his own apartment with an eviction notice, his property auctioned off cheaply to Mei Yi. His crypto account was empty. He'd lost everything. Through the thin walls, the haunting noise still echoed, but now he knew it wasn't random. It was the sound of his life being dismantled. Soon, the residents were gone. The old complex was abandoned, then demolished. In its place rose a shiny luxury high-rise. No one remembered the noise, the fear, or the lives destroyed. Yu Sheng simply disappeared into the city, another casualty of the game.